about three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Gramstar Sports Network. And welcome, everyone. We are at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. The road to a state championship begins now here on the Gramstar Sports Network. It's our privilege to be bringing you Robbinsville Lady Night Softball here on this Tuesday afternoon in Graham County as they welcome the Corvian Community Lady Cardinals out of suburban Charlotte for the first round of the state playoffs. We hope all of you have been able to find us easily, and we hope you enjoy our telecast. Whether you are a Lady Knight or a Lady Cardinal, you are very much welcome here at the Gramstar Sports Network. How you doing, fans? Kevin Hensley with you once again, back for another postseason run for these Robbinsville Lady Knights. They've made it to the Western Regional Final Round one time. That was in 2019, and since then have hit some roadblocks in the postseason. We're hoping this is the year that the Robbinsville Lady Knights get over that hump, and of course they are stacked top to bottom, so that shouldn't be an issue. We hope. Fingers crossed. Sorry, we are a little bit of a Lady Night homer here in Graham County. Corvian Community made their way here and arrived at about 4:15, 4:20 or so, and they've gotten loosened up over here to our right. And hey, we're starting this telecast pretty close to our opening introductions, national anthem, and all that fun stuff. So before we hear all that, we're going to go down to the field, and we're going to see the exchange of the lineup cards right here below us, and this will be the best seat in the house for you this afternoon here on Gramstar Sports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first round of the 1A softball playoffs. We welcome from Charlotte, North Carolina, Corvian Community Cardinals. Here is their lineup. Number 11, Kate Rogers, playing shortstop. Number 21, Emily Johnson, first base. Number 24, Caitlin Langley, pitching. Batting fourth, number 3, Cassidy Maston, playing third base. Batting fifth, number 12, Addison Vaughn. Batting sixth, number 1, Charlie Nagel, playing second base. Batting seventh, number 4, Ellie Chapman, catching. Batting eighth, number 6, playing left field, Elsa Connolly. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 2, Dakota McCarthy.
Gobble. What's that? Huh? I can look at it. Oh well, here's what goes.
Introducing first, at shortstop, from Sweetwater, a member of the Love Clan, number 2, Zoe Schuler. At second base, member of the Luke Clan, number 23, Surrey Waddy. Our designated player today, from Low Creek, number 33, Sophie Roberts. And our pitcher today, member of the Potawatomi tribe, number 3, Emily Pratt. At third base, from Milltown, number 10, Presley Taylor. And our first baseman, member of the Wild Red Clan, number 99, Naomi Wappiati Taylor. And at right field, from Yellow Creek, number 22, Liz Carpenter. In left field, from Atola, number 9, Sydney Adams. At center field, from Low Creek, number 4, Anna Williams. And our catcher and flex today, from Shepherd's Creek, number 21, Riley Webster. Options for the Black Knights. From Cynthia Lane, number 1, Delaney Brooks. From West Buffalo, number 5, Ella Atwell. From Tuskegee, number 7, Claire Barlow. From Palua, number 15, Olivia Lewis. From West Buffalo, number 20, Ella McGuire. And from Palua, number 27, Peyton Odom. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your 16-time and 7-time defending Smoky Mountain Conference champion, Robbinsville Black Knights. At this time, if you could, if you would, please stand bring your hats and headgear and let's honor our country with the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, yet through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, even if he is a Tennessee fan, that's one of the finest national anthems you'll ever hear out of Mr. Rodney Nelson over here to our left. Welcome back to the Grimstar Sports Network. Well, we have to get one dig in apiece each game, and that's mine, I guess. Kevin Hensley with you for today's telecast of Lady Knights softball. It's the first round of the state playoffs, one and done here in the opening 4 rounds, and then we've reached the Western Regional Series, followed by the state series, best 2 out of 3. Here in North Carolina. You see inside the circle today is the ace of the pitching staff, Memory Frapp, senior hurler for the Robbinsville Lady Knights, coming into today's matchup with a record of 9-0 on the campaign, a 1.98 earned run average, 82 strikeouts, and as of April the 29th, your new strikeout queen for the Robbinsville Lady Knights, as she now holds the all-time mark coming into today's game, 370 blankings of the opponents. So that's 30 away from 400. That's nothing to sneeze at if you're Memory Frapp, or anybody for that matter. And opening introductions are out of the way. Freshman Draylee Webster will sling the ball down to Schuler, Waddy, Taylor, everyone getting it worked around the infield, and we're just about set to go. Here in Graham County, Corvian Community will be sending up shortstop Kate Rogers to the plate to begin things this afternoon in Graham County. We had no idea, fans, quite frankly, if we were going to be going live here in Robbinsville until about 8 o'clock this morning.
Leading off from the top of the first of the Cardinals, the shortstop, Kate Rogers.
And all that changed when the Robbinsville Black Knights, who were scheduled to play at Thomasville today in the opening round of the playoffs, ended up having to postpone their game due to field conditions. So that game will now be played tomorrow, but that gives us the opportunity to be here. First pitch for Memory Frapp is a strike. It's in there, a beaut. Comes at 5:02 p.m. And the temperature at first pitch here in southwestern North Carolina is 80 degrees. Ball misses away 1-1 here on GramstarSports.com. And a little bit late on that one. Ball and 2 strikes to Kate Rogers. First baseman Emily Johnson is in the on-deck circle. 1-2 on the way from Frapp. And that one just missed the outside corner. Now goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, make that 371 career Ks for Memory Frapp. That's a good way to start off the playoffs. One down here in the top of the first.
Batting the first baseman, Emily Johnson.
And here comes Johnson to the plate. Pitcher Caitlin Langley will follow at the top of the lineup card today. Those you unaffiliated with Robbinsville softball, 7-time defending Smoky Mountain Conference champions, streak going all the way back to 2017. And 16 times overall have they won this division here in Western North Carolina, beginning in 1981. 3 seniors on the roster. Memory Frapp, of course, we've already mentioned. Zoe Schuler out at shortstop is a University of Tennessee commit. And she steps out in front of that one to get a piece of it. It's going to bounce off the net. Draley Webster will field it. Quick 0-2 deficit on Miss Johnson. And the third senior is number 1, Delaney Broom. She is in the dugout today. And may see her in a pinch run appearance at some point in this ball game. Misses away. Ball and 2 strikes. So glad you've chosen to spend your Tuesday afternoon with us here in Robbinsville. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, back-to-back Ks. That's the first chair of the game, though, and that's 2 gone here in the top of the first.
Now batting the pitcher, Caitlin Langley.
Well, our music guy shows no mercy. Hit the road, Jack just blared out here at the ballpark. It did take her a moment to decide to hit the road. I'll give you credit for that. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the first. And here's Langley. And she'll swing over top of that one, 0-1. I plugged it sharp here in the early going. Corvian Community, we've learned a little bit about them since they arrived today. 12 players on their roster, only 9 made the trek from Mecklenburg County. A 4-hour haul. And skips out of the top of Draley Webster's glove. Graceful as always, the pride of Shepherd's Creek. Gets it to 1 ball and 1 strike. Webster taking some lighthearted.
Get it right here, William.
Krista, he just about went off in the creek right there. Like he rolled straight. Like it scared me. I was about to scream at you.
Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And it's popped up foul and disappears into the thicket over here to our right. Eli Nelms wastes no time going to scoop up the loose ball, but Adrian, if he's allergic to poison oak, I don't like his chances over there. Guess we'll find out. It's right in front of you, buddy. I mean, straight in front of you. Trying to find a way to navigate across. 1-2, low into the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Langley here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Two grounded down the first base line. It'll be a fair ball. Liz Carpenter will field it. And they got her at first base. The 9-3 putout. You never see it, but you just saw it here on GramstarSports.com. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Robbinsville has Zoe Schuler, Surrey Waddy, and Sophie Roberts due up. Stay with us, fans. Well, bye-bye, Miss American Pie. We'll have to go back to that another time, fans. Welcome back to Judy Nichols Memorial Field. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network, your exclusive home for Robbinsville athletics all year long and beyond. Your Lady Cardinals have taken the field. 2-12 mark on the season. Robbinsville comes into this one 20-2. Lady Knights with the number 4 seed in the 1A playoff bracket. Corvian Community with the number 29. Just joining us, the inexperience of this program just kind of leaked through in the top of the inning. The pitcher inside the circle today, Caitlin Langley, had a base hit to right field, but just simply did not put forth maximum effort down the baseline, and Liz Carpenter gunned her down at first in the ultra-rare 9-3 putout. So if you had that on your bingo card, good job. You cleaned up. And it's not going to get easy for Miss Langley and company Over here to our left off camera, the Lady Knights are all out getting their timing down. And they'll lead off today's game with Zoe Schuler. And what a way to have to start. Get greeted by Zoe Schuler. Stolen base record is hers for Robbinsville. The state runs scored record is just out of reach, as is the program's home run mark and RBI mark for that matter. So she's going to leave an indelible impression here in the playoffs, no doubt, as all these Lady Knights plan to do. Schuler will bunt to begin the ball game. It is a fair ball, and there is no chance in the world they're going to throw out Zoe Schuler on a bunt. It's a leadoff single here in the top of the, or bottom of the first. Schuler got on base so quick I didn't have a chance to talk about her stats this year. Schuler bats .614. She's got 10 homers, 28 RBIs. Sorry, Waddy steps in, the second baseman for the Lady Knights, .493 mark. And that one will get through. Schuler to second base on what looked like a pass ball. See how Mr. Nelson scores it. Over here to our left. Waddy with no home runs this year, but she does lead the team with 35 RBIs. She's a hitting machine. She is clutch every time she comes to the plate. Schuler's going to take off for third and get there easy peasy. Robbinsville wasting no time trying to get on the scoreboard here in the first round of the state playoffs. With the high seeding, the Lady Knights should be able to stay here at home for, well, the majority of their run. And we've got our bracket here to go through here in just a moment. First, Waddy will ground it, and it'll get off of the third baseman's foot, but they wouldn't have got her. It'll be an RBI single for Surrey Waddy, 1-0 Lady Knights. For scoring in an error, excuse me.
Now batting the DP, Sophie Roberts.
And here comes sophomore Sophie Roberts to the plate here in the bottom of the first. Robbinsville already on the board now. Roberts has been swinging a heavy bat this year. First pitch to her is going to be outside, ball one. .477 average to Sophie Roberts. 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. This team can flat out score and score often here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Don't know of any other games that have been postponed in the state, so besides Robbinsville, Thomasville taking place tomorrow. We'll go through the bracket here in just a moment for both baseball and softball because the majority of the Smoky Mountain Conference is in the playoffs. 2-0 count now to Sophie Roberts, transfer from Andrews in the offseason. And second on the team in home runs, so that's nothing to sneeze at. Ground ball to the shortstop, and they'll just simply get it grounded and get it back to the pitcher, Will Kate Rogers. And see how they score that. I believe it will be an infield single.
Breaks on the air, breaks to the plate, the pitcher, Memory Brown.
I'll give the error. And 2 errors now in the bottom of the first. 1 run across on an error. Memory Frapp will step up to help her cause here in the bottom of the inning. Outside, ball one. Frapp batting .397. She's got 4 home runs, 25 RBIs.
Should be some of the work for them.
1-0 coming from Langley, and it'll be high, ball 2. So Langley is struggling with control. No outs here in the bottom of the first. We can get our schedules to juggle out, fans. We will be with the Lady Knights for the duration of their playoff run until the state championship. when our dear sweet friends at the NFHS Network take over broadcasting rights. And let's hope they're in that spot in about a month. Fly ball, center field, but playable, except she missed the catch. E8 will bring in Waddy all the way around to score 2-0. Robbinsville. 3 errors now for Corvian Community. And freshman Presley Kaler will step up.
Gets an RBI. Now batting the third baseman, Presley Kaler.
And courtesy running is Claire Barlow at first base. Well, that catch looked like a surefire thing out in center field, but it was not to be here on the Gramstar Sports Network, and it's 2-0. Batter is Presley Kaler, center fielder that just missed it, by the way, Addison Vall. Kaler batting .377. She's homered and drove in 13. That ball will pop out of the glove. Roberts will steamroll to third base. Barlow to second. Billy Knight's impressed. Gives her a high five. And that is a passed ball to advance the runners. Poor Sophie Roberts can never get a stolen base. My goodness. Rodney shows no mercy on that scoring, man. I'm telling you. Second pass ball of the inning. That's a wild pitch, but Roberts will stay put.
Give her a green light. Oh, Brad, give her a green light right here. Come on.
Presley hit a home run, her first varsity home run, April the 22nd against Smoky Mountain to right center field. And I'm sure many more in her future. Ball pops out of the glove. Catcher today is Ellie Chapman. And that is ball 4. And it will summon Naomi Taylor. Taylor batting .387. She's got 3 home runs and 16 RBIs. All 3 of her home runs came in one game way back on April the 10th at Western Carolina. 3 homer game, 5 RBIs that afternoon against A.C. Reynolds. And strike 1 finds the plate for junior Naomi Taylor. She'll be another pitcher to keep an eye on here in the playoffs. Ground ball, and it will trickle through the infield. Here comes Roberts. She'll score, as will Claire Barlow. It's a 2 RBI single for Naomi Taylor, and it's 4-0 Robbinsville. Liz Carpenter will step up to the plate now, batting .315 this year. She has not homered, but she has driven in 11 runs for these Robbinsville Lady Knights. In the dirt. And that will be a stolen base for Naomi Taylor. Chapman kept the ball out in front of her, but wasn't much more she could do with it. Kaler at third now. And ball 1 on the scoreboard. Foul straight back and into the thicket. Count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Who's out, please?
As always, we'll go back and carve it all up for the Graham Star, and it'll be on newsstands for all of you faithful subscribers tomorrow afternoon. Graham Star has been Graham County's hometown newspaper since 1955. And that ball is going to be fouled straight up and unfortunately missed Dex Webster. No, I'm just kidding about that. Dex is a great young man. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We didn't play. We didn't play. Let's go now.
Still nobody out. And what a blister down the left field line, foul. But Carpenter just needs to straighten it out a little bit more, and that could be damaging. And we're already low on balls inside the net. All these foul balls being chipped off by Robbinsville. Sydney Adams, the batter in the on deck circle. The transfer to the dugout. 1-2 the count. Fly ball down the left field line again. It'll go foul. So a ground ball, then a fly ball down the left field line. Foul. Carpenter trying to get her timing down. And in the dirt, kept out in front by Miss Chapman. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
All right, Coos, right here's your pitch. Go ahead.
2-2 on the way inside. Ball 3 counts full now here on the Graham Star Sports Network. The real question now in this bottom of the first is, when will the runs stop coming? Robbinsville seemingly hitting and scoring at will here in the opening round of the state playoffs. And that one hit her square on the thigh, and she'll jog to first base. Would have been ball 4 either way. And up steps the preacher's daughter herself, Sydney Adams, come to the plate with a .258 average. 10 RBIs this season, 6 doubles for the freshman. And Adams with a chance to make an impact here in her freshman campaign, her playoff debut, and she'll do it. It goes the opposite way, and everyone goes up a base each. Liz Carpenter does not want to sound a base pass. She'll just come home anyway. Thank you very much. So it's a 2-run single, and Carpenter scores on the throw, and it's 7-0.
Sydney singles in 2 runs.
No. And Anna Williams will take ball 1.
Now batting the center fielder, Anna Williams.
Williams batting .305, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. Billy Knight did not put his glove up, or he might have caught that ball on a line drive. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Era.
Grounder to third base across the horn to Anna. And Anna Williams is out over at first. And that moves the runner up. Fielder's choice 5-3, and that is the first out of the bottom of the first. Here's Zoe Schuler.
Now batting, the shortstop, Zoe Schuler.
And if you're a Corvian community right now, you're just trying to escape the inning at some juncture. Sydney Adams to third base on the wild pitch.
Okay.
Ball gets to the backstop. 2-0 count. Duo coming. It's underneath the catcher. Adams will stay at third. When we go to the second, we'll talk more about the playoff brackets for both baseball and softball. Robbinsville baseball, as we mentioned, tomorrow will be at Thomasville, 6 p.m. first pitch, and good Lord willing, we will be there live to bring you every pitch. Long haul to Thomasville tomorrow. First time Robbinsville baseball has made the playoffs in 13 years as Schuler takes all the way on 3-0. And that's up over the head of Schuler for ball 4. And as the Lady Knights begin their second trip through the lineup here in the bottom of the first,
Now batting,
Surrey Waddy will step up.
Thank God it's Friday.
Hack down the third base line. Adams charges home. And the throw way off line. Waddy will reach on the infield single. 8-0. So Zoe Schuler at third, Waddy at first, and that pitch is over the head of the catcher. Waddy will go to second base on the wild pitch. Sophie Roberts at the plate.
Load late. Load late. Both hands on the bat. Watch it all the way in, girl.
Robbinsville's poured 8 on here in the bottom of the first. Still only 1 out in the record books. That was a bang-bang play over at first.
We're not here to get walked.
Count is 2-0 here on the Graham Star Sports Network.
Hit the ball.
And Roberts with a big hack down the left field line goes foul near the tarp. Robbinsville uses to keep its field in respectable condition during torrential downpours. Or as I heard a good term for it today, biblical downpours. They've had 2 of those yesterday, but everything kind of dried out with the wind and the temperatures, and we have first round playoff action coming your way. Second round, by the way, fans, is Friday. And Roberts is hit one that's not coming back. It's a 3-run homer for Sophie Roberts. That is number 9. So Roberts has almost tied Schuler for the home run tally on the team. Good to see her smiling as she comes back up the third base line. It's 11-0 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Here's Memory Frapp. Frapp reached on an error in her last at bat. First pitch is the ball 1-0, excuse me. From Caitlin Langley. Three errors in the inning for Corvian Community. Five hits for Robbinsville. Two-0 count to Memory Frapp, nobody on. Outside and upstairs. 3-0. Wish we could talk more about these Corvian players, but they have no stats available for us to pull from. So hard to say what ERAs are, strikeouts. I'm sure they've got internal stats, but those are not public. Langley's 3-0. Hit foul down the left field line, right in front of the dugout. Fan from Birdtown almost made the play. 3 balls and a strike. Great crowd on hand here in Robbinsville. I'm sure the attendance will only grow as the playoff run grows. And we twiddle down from the run of 64. 32 in the West, 32 in the East. Duking it out for a state title. Upstairs, ball 4. So 3-1 count. Frapp walks. Second walk of the day issued by Langley. And here's Presley Kaler with Clara Barlow coming out to the courtesy run for the pitcher. No sense in
Courtesy runner at first for Frapp.
getting anyone hurt.
Now batting the third baseman, Presley Kaler.
Barlow with 19 stolen bases this year, by the way, for Robbinsville. And she'll reach second that time on a pass ball. That's the second base she's taken on a pass ball. That's the third pass ball of the inning. Well, all the right stats piling up for Robbinsville and all the wrong ones for Corvian Community. Strike catches the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the first.
I just called him and tell him that He was there in front of his head.
1-1 coming. And it's over Kaler's head. 2 balls and a strike. And on the outside part of the plate, 2-2 now on Presley Taylor. Taylor hacks it foul. 2-2 count. So as we get some updates from around the horn, we will provide those. If anything is finalized, or text to us, or whatever the case may be. Ball misses low and away, and it's full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Perhaps the most ridiculous road trip that anyone would have to take here in the playoffs. Hiawassee Dam softball had to travel to Eastern Randolph today. That is a 400-mile trek for the westernmost high school in North Carolina. Taylor hits a screamer back to Langley and moves the runner up. And that is out, number 2.
This is what you came for. Like me.
Now batting first baseman Naomi Taylor.
And Taylor up now. Coming home will be Barlow, and they can't get the ball picked up. It's 12-0. Barlow scores on the wild pitch.
I'm going to give that a wild pitch.
Well, 2-0 count on Naomi Taylor. Robbinsville now leads 12-0. 3-0 count. And that's ball 4. Taylor jogs the first.
Now batting right fielder Liz Carpenter.
One 1-0 count to Liz Carpenter. Carpenter was hit by a pitch on what would have been ball 4 earlier in this inning. If you're just joining us, fans, we welcome you to the Gramstar Sports Network as Liz Carpenter hits a fly ball to left field. Basket catch made. That's the third out. So Robbinsville will finally, and I mean finally, return to the dugout after a 12-run bottom of the first. We'll go to the second here in Graham County. Stay with us here on GramstarSports.com. Welcome back, everyone, for the top of the second here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Kevin Hensley with you as we're back live, and defensive changes aplenty for Robbinsville. And I think it's a safe plug for anyone that's on the field now after a 12-run bottom of the first. Frapp gets strike one in there. The batter at the plate, by the way, is Cassidy Maston, the third baseman. Skips into the dirt.
I got too many numbers here. It's hard to keep up.
1-2 count on Miss Maston.
Nice pitch.
That is inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're trying to add up how all that damage was inflicted in the top of the second for posterity's sake, so bear with us. We're a little quiet. Strike 3 called. Second called, third strike of the day. 3 strikeouts for Memory Frapp. She's now tied. Has hit 60 strikeouts. That is career strikeout number 373. And the batter is center fielder Addison Vall. So we'll be talking about some of these playoff matchups. I guess we should do that while we have a free moment. Elsewhere in the Smoky Mountain Conference today, Swain County hosting Mountain Heritage, the 16 hosting the 17 today. Looking on the chart here, Hiawassee Dam's already mentioned a 21 seed at H. Randolph, the number 12. Murphy, the number 13, hosting Greystone Day. Hayesville, the 30 seed, has had to travel all the way to South Stanley. That is not a short trip either, especially for the Jackets from Clay County. Cherokee, the 22 seed, is at Union Academy. That's in Monroe, North Carolina. Also not a jump and a skip, but several of them. And the Andrews Lady Wildcats, 1 win on the season, as did Hayesville for that matter. Wildcats, the 31 seed, are at East Wilkes today. Some of your teams home, some of them away. Ball strikes out for today for Frapp.
Now batting the second baseman, Charlie Nagel.
And Charlie Nagel, freshman, will step up here in the top of the second. We'll go over the baseball bracket in the bottom of this frame because it looks like we're going to run out of time here pretty soon. Frapp is locked and loaded today. Strike 1 here on the Gramstar Sports Network. 0-1 pitch. And it's up over the glove of Draley Webster.
Huh? I love movies. When it throws that long
Ball and 2 strikes now on Miss Nagel here in the top of the second. In the on-deck circle is Ellie Chapman if the inning continues for Corvian Community. Webster snags that one in the left-hand batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Frapp, I'm sure, digging deep into her bag of tricks just to see what she can creep by and work on here in this ball game. A lot of softball left to play. Ground ball, and it's through not once but twice underneath Surrey Whitey's glove. And it will be the first hit of the day. Nagel reaches.
Now batting catcher, Ellie Chapman.
Ellie Chapman, the catcher, will now bat. Other part of the battery, hoping to bring her teammate home. Nagel hit a screamer there that bounced underneath two different gloves and made it through the infield. Strike one issued to Miss Chapman. Elsa Connolly, the left fielder, is due up next. She has stepped out into the on-deck circle for Corvian Community. And half-hearted cut by Miss Chapman, quickly an 0-2 deficit. Well, Frapp had thought about a no-hitter, perfect game, whatever you want to call it, changed her mind. Strike three called. That's 5 today for Memory Frapp. She's looking sharp. One stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the second, fans. In Robbinsville, it is 12-0 Lady Knights. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network.
The left fielder, Claire Barlow.
And junior Claire Barlow will lead off for the Lady Knights as we usher into the bottom of the second in Graham County. Good to have you with us on the Gramstar Sports Network for the first round of the 1A state playoffs. Barlow comes into today's game batting .429. She has doubled once, no homers, no RBIs. But a chance to just wipe the slate clean and get something on her stat line. Robbinsville's offense barely had a chance to catch its breath before back to work, and with all the subs in the game, though, we're seeing some fresh bodies. I believe that's Ella McGuire that is in the on deck. No, I'm sorry, that's Delaney Brooms in the on deck circle for Robbinsville. She'll be due up next. Score speaks for itself. We're adding everything up. 12 runs in that bottom of the first for Robbinsville on 5 hits. Cardinals had 3 errors, and we're currently crunching the pitcher stats just to accentuate the point. Is it really worth 6 rounds to win a state title? Two and one the count on Barlow. And Barlow with a big hack will foul it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the junior from deepest, darkest Tuskegee.
Go, Claire.
Upstairs over Barlow's head, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that one will pass inside for ball 4, so Barlow draws a leadoff walk. And up steps Delaney Brooms.
Center fielder, Delaney Brooms.
Good to see Brooms out here on the field today. She has not recorded a hit. She has just 1 plate appearance this year. She has scored 5 runs in relief, however. And she'll foul a piece back to the net. Nothing wrong with that. And everyone rooting on Brooms from the dugout. Now they want to see Brooms do something damaging here on the Gramstar Sports Network. And a strike gets in there, quick 0-2 count on Delaney Brooms. Zoe Schuler is due up next. Brooms still hacking away. That goes down the right field line, foul, and into the creek, as we say here in the South. Barlow to second on the wild pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Barlow to third now. On a pair of back-to-back wild pitches here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-2 count on Delaney Brooms. Whacked into the hole. Brooms is going to be out, but she will get an RBI on the ground out. Her first of the year is 13-0.
Great job that ran in.
An RBI single for Brooms.
Brooms has a RBI ground out, brings to the plate shortstop Zoe Schiller.
Get into one.
Schuler takes ball 1 down and away. Schuler has bunted her way aboard and drew a walk today. Here we go, count now on Zoe Michael. Sorry, Waddy, you up next. And she'll take a 4-pitch walk to the bag.
Now batting the second baseman, Surrey Waddy. Thank God it's Friday.
Has already the 6th walk today issued by Langley. And we're a buck and a third into this one. Strike 1 dances in there on Surrey Waddy. Drelly Webster is now the DP, and she is in the on-deck circle. Sheila at first, and may actually be held back. It'll be an automatic green light here. Waddy will ground it. And Sheila slides in safe at the bag. Quick play. Quick thinking by the shortstop, but couldn't get it there quick enough to beat Zoe Schuler. Could Miss Kate Rogers.
Waddy reaches on the fielder's choice, brings to the plate the catcher, Draley Webster.
And here's Webster. He's fouled off onto the catcher's gear. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And you're watching us live here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Big cut by Webster. Counts 0-2. Runners move up.
Okay. I'm going to get that. Drive this straight.
Fastball will be the 4th one today. Webster just hit it a country mile, and it is off the fence. Everyone was holding just in case. Webster just missed her 3rd home run of the season. I said she just missed it. She just missed it. That's what I said. She just missed it. Yeah. Instead, it is a 2-run double, and it's 15-0.
Doubles in, 2 runs.
20 for 30.
Ella
Number
McGuire.
20, Ella McGuire.
Ella McGuire has
Hitting
stepped in. How about
for
that?
Graham.
She'll be hitting for the pitcher. I'm sure that means Miss Frapp will be re-entering. And strike one in there to Ella McGuire. McGuire has 2 plate appearances this year, and both times she's recorded at bats. She's at 500 on the season, 1 double, 1 RBI. And that'll pop out of the glove, and over to third will go Webster on the pass ball. And our scoreboard seems to be lagging a little bit. I apologize. There we go. We got it caught up. 1-1, 1 out. A lot of softball to be played here in the first round. Ella McGuire, followed by Ella Atwell. She'll be due up next. So it'll be the Ella combination. 1-1. Rope down the right field line. It goes foul. McGuire got a good piece of that, but just couldn't straighten it out. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
All right, you're on it, man.
Overcast afternoon here in Graham County, and that is very much welcome here in early May.
Come on, Ella.
And that pitch almost hit McGuire. She was not going to back off. Full count.
Yeah.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And that is strike 3. So that is the first strikeout of the day for Miss Langley.
Now batting third baseman, Ella Atwell.
And here's Ella Atwell here in the bottom of the second.
Good.
2 outs. Real quick, while we have a moment, we're going to shuffle back here to the baseball bracket. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. First pitch is at 6 o'clock in Thomasville. Robbinsville taking on the Bulldogs. But elsewhere on the docket, Swain County today hosting North Stokes, the 13 seed versus the 20. Hiawassee Dam traveled to Christ the King. That's just outside of Charlotte, so not a terrible drive. In Huntersville, 3 to the 30 seed. Murphy qualified, made it to Union Academy. That's a 6th seed against the 27. Hayesville, the conference champions in baseball, hosting Bethany Community in the first round. And that's all she wrote. Andrews did not qualify after a winless season.
Ooh, right. Yeah, good. It was.
Atwell put the bat on the ball, dribbled it down the line, foul.
Bring it on.
3-1 the count. And a piece of it. Heads.
Don't catch your ball. You played first base. I played with him 1 year. I just ran
Full count.
But I watched it. So.
And Atwell puts it in play. Grounds it to the shortstop. Throw across. She beat it. Infield single for Atwell.
Well, credited with it into a single race to the plate first baseman, Peyton Odom.
And here's Peyton Odom coming up to the plate. Atwell, I failed to mention, and I apologize for that, working on some more stats up here. Atwell was batting .387, 5 doubles, 9 RBIs. She had a huge game at Copper Basin, game at Young Harris College back on April 8th. Went 5 for 5 in her first varsity start. Peyton Odom at the plate. This is her 8th at bat of the year, 10th plate appearance. She's batting .286, no homers, 2 RBIs. Strike paints the outside corner. 1-1. Crowd shouting words of encouragement. Olivia Lewis is due up next. And Odom puts the screws on it. And the throw to second base, fielder's choice 6-4 will erase Robbinsville here in the bottom of the second. They pour on 3 more thanks to a ground out RBI for Delaney Brooms and a 2-run double that just missed going over the fence for Draley Webster. Top of the third on tap. And it's all Lady Knights at the moment. Stay with us, fans.
Now batting the left fielder, Elsa Connolly.
Left fielder Elsa Connolly introduced here at Judy Nichols Memorial Field. Welcome back. It is Robbinsville and Corvian Community duking it out here in the first round of the 1A state playoffs. We welcome you wherever you may be tuned in to GramstarSports.com. We stream 5 varsity sports for Robbinsville all year long and beyond. Volleyball and football in the fall, basketball in the winter, and baseball and softball carries us through the spring months. Be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube as well. We have an extensive archive dating back to 2020 when we first started this live stream endeavor. Government meetings, community events, and of course, a plethora of Robbinsville athletics action. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that was a, excuse me, swing. Connolly didn't know what to do there, I don't believe. And boy, Taylor just danced that one in. That was a beautiful pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And strike 3 will erase Connolly. First strikeout of the game for Naomi Taylor, who's in the circle now.
Now batting for the Cardinals, right fielder Dakota McCarthy.
Dakota McCarthy, sophomore, will step in for the Cardinals here in the top of the third.
We'll tell you. We'll keep him straight. Nelson. We'll keep him straight.
3 pitches, and Miss McCarthy will have a seat. 2 gone.
Now back for the shortstop, Kate Rogers.
Only update we have so far is in baseball action, North Stokes has a 2-0 lead over Swain County after the top of the first inning. That's the only scorer of interest that we've got. Games are live all across the board, but nobody's putting scores up. And big cut by the shortstop, Kate Rogers, who struck out to begin the ball game. Taylor, by the way, on the year 8-1, a 2.77 earned run average, and now 41 strikeouts, ball and 2 strikes.
One more.
And she took right above the letters. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the umpires behind the plate disagree. 2-2. Swing and a miss. And it's dropped. Webster will fire it to first. And that is all she wrote for the first round of the state playoffs. Robbinsville pours on 12 runs, including a 3-run Sophie Roberts homer in the bottom of the first inning, and ultimately cruises to a 15-0 victory here in the opening round of the 1A state playoffs. The Corvian Community Cardinals dropped to 2-13, and Robbinsville improves to 21-2. Now the Lady Knights, in an interesting pairing, will meet the winner of Murphy and Greystone Day, the 13 seed versus the 20. That will be on tap in the second round of the 1A state playoffs. And if everything shakes out with our program and schedule, we'll have it for you right here on GramstarSports.com. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast as we brought it to you this afternoon. As quick as it went by, we tried to cram in all the info we could to keep you guys informed. We thank you for tuning in if you were joining us from Charlotte, and we appreciate all of you Robbinsville faithful as well joining us here on GramstarSports.com. Pick up a copy of the Gram Star this week when we get it finished up. We'll go back and do that tonight. Until next time, fans, tomorrow, 6 p.m., don't you dare miss it. Robbinsville's first playoff baseball game in 13 years. We'll be going to Thomasville to cover it and make sure these Black Knights get all the love and support that they have so richly earned and deserve this year. Join us here at GramstarSports.com for that one. Until then, Kevin Hensley wishing all of you a great rest of your evening. Again, the final score, Robbinsville 15, Corvian Community 0, and the time of the game, a scant 1 hour and 13 minutes. Three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Gram Star Sports Network.